when it comes to buying a pro monitor, you probably want to get value for money, right? But you also want a monitor that's going to give you an edge. And the worst case for most people would be to spend too much money on a monitor, only to find out later on that it's not actually that good. And amidst the array of expensive OLEDs and affordable IPS panels stands this, the TCL 34R83Q. And this is really a unique offering because it kind of strikes a balance. It delivers the best of both worlds. And how TCL have achieved this is really quite interesting, and definitely stick around if you want to find out why. Anyway, let me show you what this TCL monitor is all about. So this is a 34-inch ultra-wide curved display. The curvature there is 1500R. The resolution is 3440 by 1440, sometimes known as ultra-wide QHD 2K, and it's very fast. The gray to gray is just 1 millisecond, and it supports refresh rates up to 180 Hertz, but only if you use one very specific port, which I'm going to show you in a minute. This is a QD MiniLED display, and that quantum dot layer really helps to improve the colors and the color accuracy, but it is the approach to backlighting that makes this monitor stand out. So the overall build quality here is really nice. They've kind of gone for the Stormtrooper color scheme, the black and the white, and it does look nice, and I appreciate it more than most because I was a Stormtrooper in a Star Wars movie. Anyway, it's got this really nice clean aesthetic. It looks futuristic. The provided stand's footprint is fairly minimal, and it's got a nice wide stance, so you can put your keyboard right up close to it if you want to. It swivels, it tilts, you've got height adjustments here. There's a nice cutout in the stand for cable management to help you achieve that minimalist desktop look. And yes, it does have the VESA mounting option, so if you want to fix it to an arm or something like that, you can do that with this monitor. And when you spin it around, of course it has some game-changing RGB on the back, and it actually looks really nice. So if you're going to place this up against the wall, you'll get that kind of lighting effect there on the wall. And there's a little hidden away headphone holder built into the side of the display, which is definitely handy when your headphones are not in use. And when it comes to controls, there's a little control stick just under the TCL backlit badge. The on-screen menu system is really easy to use. On the first page, you get some gaming specific settings that you can play with, and as you scroll through, you'll find more important display settings, which you'll definitely want to look at some point. And there's some professionally calibrated color profiles in this scenario mode menu, which is really nice to see. And actually you can even adjust the response time and the local dimming. Now let me show you the connectivity options, including that one port that you would need to use if you want to get that full 180 Hertz. So as usual, the ports are just positioned in the usual spot. You get two HDMI 2.1. These are capable of the full resolution, but only at 100 Hertz. And TCL are kind enough to throw in a compatible HDMI cable if you're going to be using one of those ports. But it is this single display port 1.4 that supports that 170 Hertz, and TCL are kind enough to throw in the DisplayPort cable as well. There's also 4 USB ports. There's 2 USB-A, 1 USB-B, and then there's a very unique USB-C port, and you're about to see why that port is so unique. There's also an analog port there for your headphones, or you could even hook up speakers if you wanted to. Now remember how I said that this panel is unique and it kind of stands out amongst the other LED IPS panels out there? Well, that's because of TCL's approach to backlighting. It is a fast HVA panel, which makes it superior to regular vertically aligned IPS panels. It's a direct lit panel, meaning it has a full array of LEDs, and it's actually got 1,152 local dimming zones, which means parts of the display can be switched off to create that deep black that you typically only get from OLEDs. It'll be much better than most LEDs when it comes to creating deep black, even when shown directly next to white. And since we're talking about dynamic range, it's probably worth noting that it does have an official VESA certified display HDR 1400 rating, which is one of the best ratings you can get for an LED display. It's also got a bunch of TÜV Rheinland certificates for its eye safety features. And when it comes to colors, it boasts some pretty impressive numbers. Thanks to that quantum dot layer, this particular monitor is Pantone certified, which is amazing for anybody who does any kind of creative work. You need to know what you're looking at is accurate, and Pantone have some pretty high standards when it comes to this. Now, one of the big advantages that Mini LED technology has is the levels of brightness that it can deliver. And generally, they're quite a bit brighter than OLEDs, and typically the panel itself lasts longer too. And the peak brightness levels on this one are pretty impressive. So it can sustain 900 nits pretty easily, but in a smaller window, it can actually reach up to 1400 nits, making this monitor fantastic even for the brightest room. And also there's a really nice anti-reflective surface on it, so With a curved monitor, of course, it's going to catch the light a bit more than a flat one, depending on the positioning. I've not noticed any, and there is quite a bright window right here when I open the blinds up, and I haven't had any issues seeing it at all. So I'm impressed. So with this monitor, you get pretty close to the OLED black levels, but you also get the benefit of the brightness of LED panels. And that's why I said in the intro, this monitor is kind of the best of both worlds. Now, when it comes to using the TCL 34R83Q, that classic 21:9 aspect ratio is definitely going to come in handy, because not only does it give you that extra screen real estate where you could place windows further apart, that 21:9 ratio is also perfect for watching movies. And yeah, it does have some speakers built in, so you could use those, but I would probably recommend hooking up a sound system or using some headphones. Anyway, this monitor is perfect for creative workflows, but honestly, I think it's really built for gamers. So if you're the type of person who plays games where that extra field of view could give you an advantage, well, you're going to really benefit from a monitor like this. But if you're into more cinematic gaming and single player gaming, stuff like that, you're really going to love this, because you get that immersive feeling. You feel like you're encapsulated in the game when you're sitting in front of this thing. And also, this will be well suited for racing games, flight simulators, and any of those types of games where you need to see everything all around you. It also supports AMD FreeSync Premium Pro, and it is G-Sync compatible. Simply put, the monitor can sync up the frame rates with your graphics card and reduce tearing and stuttering of the game. So that's nice that it's got that. Now, on the other hand, let's say you're not a gamer, but you need a monitor for your productivity workflow, and let's say you use a laptop most of the time. Well, let's revisit that unique USB-C port that I mentioned earlier. This USB-C port is actually a DisplayPort 1.4. And TCL do provide a compatible USB-C to C cable for this. And with this single cable, you can connect your laptop to the monitor, and that's all you need. Just a single cable for your picture and your audio. But that's not all. This USB-C port supports 90 watts charging, whilst also being able to deliver the picture and the audio from your laptop. And do you realize what this means? This means when you plug your laptop into the monitor and extend the display, you are actually running off the power, and your laptop will be recharging whilst you're working on the big screen. So that's a pretty sweet feature, and you can also use that USB-C port to charge pretty much anything if you wanted to. So there we go, that's the TCL 34R83Q curved QD MiniLED monitor. It is a pro monitor, and it's definitely one of the best that I've seen in its price bracket. And if you've liked what you've heard and seen in this video and you want to check out the latest prices on this thing, well, there'll be some affiliate links below this video. If you use those, you will be helping the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in maybe getting a very good TV for a very good price, then you might want to check out some of my TCL video reviews. Those will be on screen right now. Appreciate you guys for watching this one. And if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man. See you in the next one. Don't be late.